Hello, hello. How are we all doing? Uh-huh. Let me just fiddle with my lighting setup here. Get that one off camera a bit. How are we all doing? I might I'll just fill up the screen because I don't have anything on the screen right now. But maybe in a second I will put some stuff on the screen. But if I'm just chatting, I might as well just take the screen. Hello, all. How are we doing? Who's here tonight? Antarctican was here early, waiting for me to get started. Usually I would be earlier, but I hit. It was like 10 to 7. I was like, I haven't started cooking yet, and I was like, I better get going. I was cooking some pork steaks with some potatoes and some like sort of salad salsery kind of thing. I'm still learning with pork. Like chicken, I can kind of cook, but like I think in terms of like the meats, beef is reasonably easy to cook because you just cook it less than you think. You just don't have to cook it much. Chicken, you just cook it more than you think, right? And if you keep cooking chicken for too long, you're kind of gonna get away with it. But pork is in between the two, where you hit this point where the pork is good to eat and it doesn't look like it's cooked. Well, to me, because I'm not experienced enough with it. And so, like, first time cooked pork, it was like it turned out like a piece of rubber. It was like dry and hard. And now I've got it to the point where it's not dry anymore, but it's still overcooked and tough. So I'm slowly learning. Apologies, anyone there who doesn't eat meat, if that's like it's like me just talking about cooking all these different kinds of meat. It's probably not that sensitive. But but I eat meat obviously. So yeah, trying to learn bit by bit how to do that. I'll get there in the end. Who else is here at the moment? Evil Izzy is here. I hope you don't mind me calling you Evil Izzy. But hello. Kaichi's here. And Kaichi was asking what everyone's up to in the lockdown. And I talked to see on Discord movie nights till late. PC Sock is doing the entire MCU, one movie a week. That how many movies are in the MCU? Kaichi says that can take 2 terms. Is there 20 movies in the MCU? Oh, and Hamish said it's scheduled until the end of 22 T1. So that is like 2.5 terms. That's a long time. Who else is here tonight? Well, that was Hamish saying hi there. Tawaka here, Nicole here, hello. Matthew's here as well. Tawaka's always tired. Yeah, I'm getting like that at the moment. This stream I nearly called it off because I'm just so out of it at the moment that I'm just like I don't know. Like what am I gonna do? Like do people really want to hear me just like go live on camera with no preparation and no plans or anything and just do something? And it's like, oh, maybe people are a little bit interested in that, so it's like, all right, we'll go live anyway. um I've actually taken some time off work because I'm just out of it. I'm just not focusing and not thinking, and I'm not just not wanting to do it. And yeah, so you know, got an appointment booked in with my therapist to talk about stuff like this, but it's like that's not until August. So it's sort of like I'm just like, fuck, what do I do in the meantime? I'm just like, you just gotta chill, man. You've gotta like take some time off and you've gotta actually relax. And so my partner and I have started doing what we call constitutionals, which is a really, really old school way of saying it, but like we go for a walk every day and it's pretty good. You know, you go out, get some sun, walking around our local park, and just like heaps of people are doing it now. Heaps of people like rollerblading, cycling, out there with like footballs or basketballs and stuff. There's a lot of netball courts near where I live as well, and so like they're out there just kind of hanging out and just like seeing all these people out. It's like this wouldn't usually be happening. It's like people usually have other things to do, or like all the school kids would have stuff to do after school and stuff, but now they don't really have anything because they're stuck at home. So it's like that kind of thing happening. So it's interesting. It's kind of it's weird to see people reacting to this pandemic life like that. Um, Kaichi saying you can see the chat from the reflection. Where is it? There. So the camera there. to my shiny reflective computer over to my other monitor over there. Let me show you. I'll show you my streamer setup. Oh, Hamish said that the 21 movies is not just 21 movies, that they also um are including all the TV series, which is a stupid amount of stuff. So I don't know if you've seen it before. This is my streamer setup here. So I can see the camera feed. In the middle is OBS, which is like a pretty common thing people use for streaming. But behind that is the YouTube window, and I'm just kind of covering up most of the YouTube window. And I can see the chat on one side and just the number of people and stuff on the other side. And also, there's two streams. One is like on my computer, and the screen you see on the left is actually what YouTube's doing. So the one on the left has the delay. I don't know why Sulux's your comment got potentially moderated for some reason. Maybe it's because you said shit. I'm just like, I didn't think YouTube was that careful with words, but I guess so. Yeah, the big red end stream button in case you get sick about shit. That's what Silux was saying, but it's not that bad. It is also good to like remember to turn everything off at the end. I think it would be really funny if I just if I just left the stream on and just went about my business. It'd be like, he's 4 hours at the side of Mark's head while he's just playing other games. Suluk said stuck at home, home stuck. Tawaka said it looked like Discord. No, that's not Discord. I mean, like the background's the same. They're both dark theme, which is pretty good for streaming. You can still see it, can't you? Yeah, you can still kind of see the reflection. It's like out of focus now. It was actually clearer before. Yeah, so that's just the YouTube chat. The Discord is still open on my computer. Oh, you can't see my screen right now. I'm usually sharing my screen. But anyway. Eugene Yang saying, hello Mark, is it possible to configure a DDR5 memory and CPU machine at the end of the year? I'm not sure what that question is. Do you want me to spec out a machine? I don't know if that's something that you definitely want. I don't actually have that much expertise in that. Like, there's something I found, because I used to know exactly how to put a computer together and exactly what was current, what was good. But I find that that skill set lasts you about sort of 12 months, and then you're completely out of date again. You got to do all your research again and figure out what the industry is doing, because updates just come too fast, too many too fast. So maybe, who knows? People in chat after is like talking about saying naughty words. Suluk says banned, and Easy said there are kids here. I don't know if there are kids here. Having said that, I know that stuff from my YouTube channel is being used in a high school course at the moment, but it's separate. They're not being sent to my YouTube channel. However, if you are here as a high school student looking to go to UNSW later, that's a little bit, you don't have to be that prepared. It's not that big a deal. Like, you can always learn later. But but B, hello, and how are you? I very much doubt there's anyone here. Unless it's Zach's brother. Zach's brother, who I met at a Minecraft sock meet. He's in year 12. I was like, what are you doing here? But I think he's decided where he wants to be, and it's at UNSW doing computing. So you'll meet him sooner or later. I mean, those of you in Minecraft sock have already met him anyway. Kaichi's like, which screen are you sharing with OBS? Can't figure out how to share only an application. I have one monitor, so when I stream, I can't do anything. I share my entire screen, the other monitor here. Wait. While we're touring you through my entire streaming rig. So, here's me here. Here's the computer that is the shiny reflection. And there's that monitor. There's actually nothing on it at the moment because I don't have anything up that I'm doing. So it's like computer there, monitor, my actual space here, and then this way there's the microphone. the painting desk. Ooh, I should show you my new toy. I'll show you in a second. And that's the other monitor I showed you a second ago. So this is my setup. It's actually kind of a weird setup because I'm in the corner. So when I put the microphone, when I put the camera here, it's in between my two monitors. My monitors are actually right angles from each other. So you can't see that. Right angles from each other. So it's a bit weird. Like, it's not an ideal two monitor setup for something like programming. Like, when I'm coding, I would prefer my two monitors right next to each other. So that way I can go reference, code, back and forth, you know, or I've got my drawings, my diagrams on one monitor, and I'm literally implementing that. This setup is quite different because one monitor is over there, which is actually there so that I can have like Netflix and stuff going while I'm painting miniatures. And the other monitor here is the main one that I use for, this one's my computer, and it's nearly like that one is just like another, like a TV, nearly. But it's much more convenient to have a TV hooked up to a computer than to be a TV on its own. So yeah, that's my setup. It's a weird setup. I wouldn't suggest this setup to anyone unless they were doing the kind of weird things that I'm doing, where I'm like, okay, sometimes when I'm miniature painting, I put a movie on in the background, and I like to be able to just look up from my painting and see the movie. That's why I've also got two sets of speakers, as you can see. Like, I've got my gaming speakers next to my monitor, and I've got an old sound system there, and so I can switch between them. I have way too much audio-visual stuff hooked up to my computer because, like, my microphone has a headphone output. I've got my headset plugged in over here. You've seen it before, I think. And then I've got two sets of speakers, and both of the monitors have headphone jacks in them as well. So when I'm fiddling around with, like, you know, joining a Zoom call or something like that, I'm just like, okay, which audio devices is this connected up to at the moment? Or Discord, depending on who I'm using it with. Like, which my mics is plugged in right now and stuff. Which one is this thing going to default to? Oh, the webcam's got a microphone in it as well. That's what I used to use. At the very beginning when I started streaming, not Mark on Mondays, but when I started streaming in 2019, when I was doing live streams just to accompany lectures. Remember, like, pre-COVID, when I was live streaming and people were like, ooh, look at that, that's education innovation. And now it's like, yeah, everyone does it. Everyone has to do it now. So, yeah, but back then I just used the microphone on the webcam. It wasn't great, but it's okay. If you've ever seen the intro video that I recorded for UNSW computing, like, it was for an open day or something like that, and I put it up as one of the opening videos on my channel. I think if you're subscribed, you see the Mark on Mondays video as the opening video, but if you're not subscribed, you see that one. That's how you can hear the audio quality, and it will be very different from the quality right now that we get out of this nice mic. Okay, what are people saying there? So, Kaichi, I'm not sure exactly how to share a single application, but I think it can be done. I think the issue with trying to share a single application to OBS is OBS tries to hook up to things when it starts. So it'll try to claim video sources and audio sources and stuff like that when it begins. And so you can turn on OBS, turn on the application, and then add something to a scene to hook them all up. And that'll be fine because the programs are running when you attach it to the scene. But then the next time you start up OBS, if that program's not running at the time, it won't hook up very well. So I do hang on. An example would be this application, DroidCam. Oh, it's not a great example because this is a virtual camera. It makes itself look like a camera to OBS. So this is hooked up to my iPhone. Oh, while we're doing the whole tour. There, hang on. Alright, now that it's big, you can see cabled up to my PC is my phone aimed at the chair the chicken sits in. So it's like literally on a stack of stuff like this. Oh, that's so precarious. There's an old power supply, a miniatures game, and a box of miniatures, and then a little wooden box to get a little bit higher to fit there. So it's pretty funny how hilariously just sort of everything is just cooked up from the space that I have. I'm just like, all right, this thing here, this thing here. It was even funnier when I was doing the miniature painting thing where I had my overhead lamp which I'm not going to bother moving the camera again, but I have a desk lamp that I work with, and the camera was just blue tacked to that, and then the cables were just going across, just hanging in the air across here to my PC. So it's all a hilarious mess. What have people been saying? Suluk said, I got Mark to say Homestuck, my life is complete. Okay. I think there's a word here that I don't know the meaning of. This will be me being, what even am I? Gen X slash part way to Gen Y millennial something, and I've missed something. And you said you hope that I don't know what it means. No, I don't know what it is, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, and Matthew's like following up from what I was saying, that OBS, you can share a specific window capture, game capture, screen capture. Yeah, so if you're capturing a particular game or a particular application, it just gets a little weirded out if that application isn't running when it starts. But that's not insurmountable. You can always start the application first, or potentially, if I was thinking about it, like a lot of applications, you can start them after OBS starts and they'll still connect. You said they are taking your work, copyright strike them. I think you're talking about people using my YouTube stuff for the high school computing course that CSE is running. It's okay. I did give them those resources. They're supposed to be using it. I've been in several meetings where we put together how the course is going to run, and I was like, okay, use this, and then go have fun, you know. It's good, because I wasn't sure if they wanted us to actually teach it, then that would just be another set of lectures that I would have to do at a weird time. So it would be like, oh, that doesn't line up with our terms or anything, because we went to trimester, so we don't line up with school terms anymore. So it's a bit awkward. Yeah. What are people saying? Nicole, being in PCSOC but being a Mac user. I mean, I think PCSOC is not necessarily PC and not Mac SOC. I think it's like a society for being enthusiastic about computers. So I figure you'll probably be okay there. And Kaichi's saying, yeah, quite weird. Never seen someone with two monitors that are so far apart. Yeah, it's a very weird setup. I mean, also you don't usually see someone whose working space is like this. It's got this is me using my computer this way, and then this is me at my crafting and miniature painting station. So they're both just one turn away from being where I access them, where I can do them. So I can literally just sit in this chair and do all of my hobbies in one place. So it's a very custom setup because of that. Otherwise, if I was just doing computing and nothing else, I'd have the big table here, which is currently covered in paints and craft supplies and stuff, and I would just put two monitors on this one. Then I have everything like this, or I'd just get myself a really nice, gigantic curved screen or something pretty like that. What are people saying? I can see Chicken walking over and pushing it over. Oh, are you talking about Chicken Cam? Chicken Cam is so precarious, but she doesn't walk in that particular spot. She's on the bed at the moment. I don't know if you're on the Discord, but I sent a photo of what she looked like. And she's there right now doing exactly that, where she's curled up in a little ball with her head most likely upside down. I went in and patted her before it was a little bit ulterior motive. I went in and patted her to wake her up, to try to convince her to come out here and sit on the chair. But she's not doing that at the moment. She usually will at some point, though. At some point during the stream, she'll usually come in. But it depends. We'll see how we go. We never know. Yeah, so that's where Chicken is at the moment. Sean asks, is that Kool-Aid you're drinking? This is Ribena. I have a thing that I like doing, because we've got a soda stream. So we'll do the soda stream and put Ribena in it instead of the normal soda stream flavors. So you get fizzy Ribena. It's pretty good. SodaStream's always interesting because like you make water fizzy, but then after that you do whatever you want with it. So any kind of cordial goes in it, and it's kind of nice. Um, Tuaka is surprised I don't know Homestuck. Someone's gonna have to tell me what it is at some point. Sorry, I just saw Nicole. Do not SodaStream milk. I don't know what would happen with that. That would kind of potentially explode, wouldn't it? Like it's just not really made for doing that to weird liquids. I think it would be funny. I would love to see. At most, I would love to see a YouTube video of someone else doing it and blowing up their SodaStream rather than blowing up my own. But I still would like to see it. I still think it'd be pretty funny. Michael asks, Mark, are you excited for the Inazuma patch coming to Genshin on Wednesday? You think sometime this week? Yes, I am. I've already preloaded the data for the patch today. I'm not in as much as great a position as other people who have finished all the content. Like I'm still sort of leveling up and gearing up some of my characters and stuff like that. So the new content is coming ahead of me being totally ready for it. But I still think that's better than having no content. Like I've kind of finished the story and I've just sort of been you know, like some games where you finish the story but there's still more to play. There's like the end game in RPGs is often collecting all these resources to make your characters the best they can be, and like collecting gear and things like that. Like I'm used to that. I know that grind because that's what World of Warcraft was. Like you've seen all the story already, but you're still playing it all the time to try to keep improving your characters just for the hell of it, you know? Because all you're doing is improving your characters so then you can fight harder bosses to get more gear that improves your characters to fight harder bosses. It's just a treadmill. You just keep going, but there's something compulsive about it and enjoyable about it anyway. Which is where I am in Genshin at the moment, but when the new content comes out later this week, I think that'll be a lot of fun. Because then story quests come back in, and we'll have some new characters turning up and stuff. So I think it's the biggest patch they've ever done for that game. So the game's only been out for about a year and a half. But it's the kind of thing where it has the potential to be one of those games that goes for like 8-10 years, that kind of thing. So we'll see if it has those legs. I think it has a chance of having those legs. Bassam is saying, Mark, have you played League of Legends? I have technically played League of Legends. But that's like saying, I don't know, like, it's like saying I've seen 10 minutes of a movie. You know, I don't know League of Legends well enough to even really be able to talk about it or anything like that. I had friends that really got into it. I played a little bit of Dota and Dota 2, but not even that much of that. So my knowledge of MOBAs and of most Riot Games stuff actually is very thin, so I don't know that much of it. So I know it exists, but I don't know that much about the game. There's a Unus Annus video Tuaka saying where they soda stream random liquids. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. I feel like that would be the soda stream that you just never use again. Because the soda stream would be corrupted, for want of a better word. Actually, there isn't a better word. That's the right word for it. Your soda stream would be permanently corrupted. Oh, Michael says not even a year. Genshin came out in September last year. I didn't realize that Genshin has not had an anniversary yet. Oh, right. And so people are talking about September this year being... I know that people have said that an anniversary is coming up for the game, but I didn't twig. For me, because when someone says an anniversary of a game, it's like, oh, it's just another anniversary of the game. I didn't realize this is the first anniversary of the game coming up in September. People are talking about it going to be a big event, and there's going to be something big happening. And all these people speculating based on other games like it. They call them gacha games, and whether it's going to have particular things that are going to make it really interesting. So we'll see how we go. I mean, like, I can't 100% say I'm still going to be playing the game by then. I don't know how much I'm willing to just keep playing the one game. I'm not usually. Says the guy that played World of Warcraft for 4 years straight. But, you know. 4 years straight more than once. So there is actually a decent chance I'll still be there, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, it could be fun. I think there's something interesting about a game, and it's really funny because it's a game with slightly predatory monetary policies, but what it does mean is that they can keep producing good content because their staff are well paid enough to like stay in the job and care about the job and continue doing it. So there's something to be said for the model. It's weird. It's like they're sucking a whole bunch of money out of some very compulsive people, but in doing so, they're creating a great deal of content for the rest of us. So we'll see how we go. Um, Justin has asked me a challenging question. Are JRPGs or WRPGs better? Um, Justin, what's a WRPG? Is that a particular term? Because I know like in terms of like American role playing games, I thought that people would call them like CRPGs, like computer role playing games. Like I'm not even sure what this is. Oh right, so W is in Western RPG. Uh, I think that's a tough call because I would never necessarily put one above the other because I don't think either genre stands out as being better than the other. So some of my favorite games, actually, okay, let me put two games against each other as my favorite games of all time. Knights of the Old Republic, BioWare, early BioWare, and I would potentially say that I'm trying to think. I need to think about this, right? Usually I prepare stuff like this, but I would potentially say that BioWare is the best Western RPG developer. Or they were. They're not anymore because the company's kind of been gutted because they signed up with EA, which was a mistake. And so that is like what I would put up as the pinnacle of Western RPGs. I would say it's the best. It has story that still resonates with me today. It introduced a whole bunch of things that you see following up in heaps of RPGs and open world games and stuff nowadays. The combat system underneath it is actually based, not precisely, but reasonably close, actually, based on the Dungeons and Dragons system. So you don't get more of a computer RPG, or sorry, a Western RPG than that. It's also based on Star Wars, which is arguably one of the most important, you know, storytelling things in the 20th century for the Western world, in a sense. Like, so for some of us, it's like it's ingrained in our consciousness now. So that's I'll put that one as the pinnacle of Western RPGs. And then for Japanese RPGs, maybe a contentious choice, but I'm going to put Final Fantasy VII up there for that one. I say it's a contentious choice because Final Fantasy VII was huge in the West. If you've been Japanese and played through all the Final Fantasies, Final Fantasy VII is just another one in it. But for those of us viewing it from the outside, as in viewing Japanese games from Australia, Final Fantasy VII is the one that sticks in our memory because it's the one that came to the West and showed us the amazing things that Japanese developers were doing at the time. And if I want to put those two games up against each other and someone asks me which of those two is better, I'm going to say, what is the point of arguing which of those two games is better? Because if you want to play RPGs, you should play those two games before all other RPG games of any kind. You should play both of those games and then go off and play other RPG games. You'll see some interesting stuff. You'll see how both of them fundamentally changed the landscape for role-playing games that came afterwards, and you can see how both of them are absolute pinnacles of interactive storytelling, and RPG systems and stuff. And you can see the slight difference in the RPG systems in the two of them, yet they're still kind of amazing games. And so I'm kind of like so for me it's sort of like I can't say that one is better than the other because they're just like, when I take those two examples of the best that both can be, I'm like, we could just erase 99% of the other RPGs in existence, but as long as we kept those two, we would still have um we would still have enough for the genre to be like, this is like one of the greatest genres of computer games, you know. So I'm a bit like, yeah. I'm dodging the question, but I like to think that I just dodged the question with a great deal of elegance and eloquence. So that's me. That's me refusing to say that JRPGs or Western RPGs are better. I've definitely played more Western RPGs than JRPGs, but I'm still not going to say that that the Western RPGs are better, because plenty of the American and European made RPGs that I've played, they haven't been that great either. So, like, I would say that nearly none of them have held up in a comparison to Final Fantasy VII. So, you know, maybe Mass Effect, but I mean, like, it's just BioWare. It's like a sequel to Knights of the Old Republic anyway, so it doesn't, like, you know, it's just the same. It's the other pinnacle that I'm talking about. So there you go. That's me dodging the question entirely, but also saying that I think they're both great. J-Man's laughing because I'm making fun of EA again. Yeah. Michael said, "What about Anthem?" Oh god. I haven't played Anthem, so I can't diss it. But I played Mass Effect Andromeda, so I've seen enough of what has happened to BioWare. I still don't think it's their fault. I don't think Mass Effect Andromeda being a bad game is the developer's fault. I think that um well, it's hard. I don't really want to lay blame anywhere, but I'll put it on EA anyway. It's not always just EA though. It's pressure from us. You know, we consume games in a particular way, and it leads people to want to develop them in a particular way, and it leads a business to go in a particular way, and so it can get messy like that, right? Um, but yeah, BioWare hasn't, since Mass Effect 2, has not created anything at that level again. Um, who knows if the company could come back from that and make something brilliant again? Other developers have done that. So if you look at people were talking last week before, I can't remember, about Titanfall 2, um, and being a kind of amazing game, and that's like some, like, two of the leads in that company are the people that made the best Call of Duties. So when we talk about the era when Call of Duty was at its peak, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, that era, like, what's the name of the studio? Infinity Ward. Is that the right name? Is that the studio that was there, or is that the studio that came after? I can't remember. I think it's Infinity Ward that then became, I forget the name. Whichever studio did Titanfall. But I know the two directors are the same people, right? And so you get that when companies are at their peak, they do these amazing things, but then they've come back again and they're making amazing things. Like Apex Legends now. Less story in that. There's less of the single player thing that was in the old Modern Warfare and Call of Duty stuff. But still, you see people able to make a resurgence like that. So who knows if the core team from BioWare could, once BioWare kind of fizzles, get themselves back together somewhere else, start new, start fresh, hire a lot of new people with fresh ideas, and then get it going again. I think id Software with Bethesda have done quite well like that. Like, they took their super old properties like Doom and Wolfenstein and brought them back, but brought them back not just with their old ideas, but with a new team's new ideas mixed in, and they've done really well with that. So Doom and Doom Eternal, the new ones, have turned out really well, even though they had a massive drought in between where not much was happening. And the fact that id Software is owned by Bethesda shows you that they ran out of money at some point. So there's a lot of interesting stuff there. J-Man's laughing at Mass Effect 3 endings, the color filters and copy paste. Yeah, that was a really weird point for one of the most amazing trilogies of all time to end in an awkward way. I hear they're different now, but I haven't played through that far into the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I've been playing it through slowly, getting through the entirety of the trilogy, but I haven't even finished the first one yet. I think one of my key characters died. And I was like, no, I must have screwed up the story somewhere. I've gone somewhere too early. I haven't built up loyalty with them or something. And I was like, nope, I have to wind back, but I don't know how far to wind back. And you know, when you hit that kind of thing where you psychologically block yourself and you're like, oh no, now I don't want to go back to the game. So I need to sort that out. I'll do that eventually. Um, Justin was like, nice dodge. What about Witcher? Witcher I haven't played, but it's okay though because I've played another game from CD Projekt Red because I've played Cyberpunk. Actually, like to on a certain level, Cyberpunk 2077 has elements of being a legendary game. Um, the the kind of depth of storytelling, the closeness to the characters, um, just the feel of the world you're in. If everything is functioning correctly, and that's a big if for Cyberpunk, it's taken a long time for that thing to be ready for release. Like at least, I think 6 months after its release date, it's starting to get ready for its release. Because I think we're about 6 months out now. Yeah. Um, there are elements of that are amazing. And so yes, we would call that probably the Witcher series as one of the pinnacles of Western RPGs, but I haven't played it, so I can't really comment. Um, there's actually a lot of interesting stuff coming out of Europe. So if you look at some of the games that have done really interesting things out of European companies, so Horizon Zero Dawn springs to mind. There's very, very few people who have played that who didn't like it. So I don't know what else to say about it because I haven't played it yet. Sorry, Tim. I'm sure he's not here right now. I've got a friend who worked on it. I actually bumped into him the other night, on Discord. Not in person. He's in the Netherlands. But I'll play it eventually. But from what I hear, it's really, really good. People love it. Michael's asking if anyone's played Witcher 1. I remember someone gave me a copy of that. Not a legal copy, gave me a copy of that. Like, I don't know how long ago that was. When did Witcher 1 come out? Would have been like 15 years ago or something like that. But I still never got around to it. Kaichi's heading off. See you soon. Wait. Kaichi's heading off to do an assignment that is due in exactly 2 weeks. That's a student right there. I have to admit that I never did. I think every now and then I would start an assignment that early, but I was really bad. I shouldn't tell stories like this. It's like, I'm talking to my students and I'm talking about the bad habits that I had as a student. I had a group of friends. I don't know if I've told this story before, but this hilarious group of friends that I did. I think just one particular subject the three of us did together, and I remember like there was an assignment. And one of my friends started it, and he would start 2 weeks out, and he would really think about what he's doing, start working on it and stuff. Another friend would start 1 week out, and so the two of them would be like, "How you going? This and that." Teach each other things and stuff, and then I'd start like 3 days before the deadline, and I would catch up to them in the first 24 hours, and then the three of us would finish it, and it would just be like, it's always right, kind of, yeah. That's just me flexing on people. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just being a dick. but it was like that. Like, I think at that point, I had a more of a grasp on what was going on, and I was overconfident, so I would start late and still be able to finish things okay. I think those bad habits have actually just followed me through my entire life. So I have a habit of spending a lot of time not doing any work when I'm officially supposed to be doing work. But what I'm doing in that time is kind of having ideas just sort of simmer in my head. And then a couple of weeks later, when my subconscious has really turned things over until I want to do something, then I'm really, really sure of what I want to do, and I write it all down. And it looks like I haven't been working for 2 weeks, and then I worked for one day and miraculously did 2 weeks worth of work. But I don't think that's what it is. I think it's actually just simmering in my head the whole time, and the ideas are just bouncing off each other in my head until I reach this end point and I go, all right, now it's time to write it down. Because if I write it down too early, maybe that's solidifying things into ideas, and then I won't change them later. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Michael said Witcher 1's very clunk and unpolished, not at all like other games. More point and click, but if you like old school RPGs, it's really good. Right. Um, was that CD Projekt Red's first game, The Witcher 1? I don't know if they have other games that are less well known before that. I very much doubt it because we would have heard about them by now because they're a company that up until Cyberpunk they had like this stellar reputation and everyone loved them. Um, and dug up any games they'd made previously and made them famous and things like that. So I think maybe Witcher 1 must have been the first one. So I think when you've got like, uh-oh, it's I don't know if you can still hear me, but I've hit the scheduled time in my stream about 45 minutes after I start, where my graphics card gives up the ghost for a moment and then comes back. This is very, very weird that this has been happening nearly every stream now. 45 minutes in, it just dies for a few seconds. And it's really funny when that died there. It wasn't just the video output for the stream. Both my monitors turned off and then turned back on again. So there's something up with my graphics card. And just gonna have a quick check with my monitoring software. The GPU has been sitting on 37, 39, 30, like the high 30s of degrees that whole time. It has not been working hard at all. But for some reason, it just does that. And I don't know, like if you noticed this happened last stream around the same time. It's just like, my graphics card's like, I stream for 45 minutes. And then the employment agreement that we have between me and my graphics card is that it is allowed to have a break after 45 minutes of work. I don't know why it keeps happening, but yeah, that's what it's doing. I won't question it because it appears to be in control of the situation here rather than me, and it doesn't appear to be too disruptive. Very, very weird. We're back. Oh, hi, Izzy. So we have both Izzy's here tonight. Despite lockdown, you're still alive. I mean, potentially, because of lockdown, we're all alive at the moment. He's hoping it gets better. It's been really weird at the moment because our numbers in Sydney... Are they Sydney numbers or New South Wales? I think it's New South Wales numbers. Are sitting at a constant, which is really odd. I was trying to do some maths on this in my head. Of like, why are we at about 100 cases? And why is it sitting at 100 cases? And I was like, if it was 100 cases with no lockdown, or 100 cases with no discipline and no lockdown, it should be increasing. It should be exponentially increasing. If we look at what happened in Melbourne last year, they kept increasing until they hit like 600 cases a day. And then they were like, no, we're locking this whole place down. And they came back down and they sorted it all out. I think the Victorian approach is like, just get on top of it. Like, get on top of it really early, really quickly, and sort it out. Whereas the New South Wales approach has been like a kind of a react as things get worse sort of thing. And it's weird because at the moment, sitting on the same number of cases means that we don't have exponential growth, which means we're in a good place compared to what unrestricted movement of the the virus would do. But the fact that they're staying level at 100 cases made me think of a possibility, right? So the possibility is 100% of people in the Greater Sydney area, because we're the problem, Greater Sydney area. It's not really regional towns. Regional towns aren't having massive outbreaks, but Greater Sydney area is officially in lockdown. But a certain percentage of people in the Greater Sydney area are not fully locked down. Either they have to, they're essential workers, or like what even is essential at the moment. It's very ill-defined, but you know, they're essential workers, so they're moving around. Or they've got other responsibilities, or they've been moving around one way or the other. Not going to blame people, because chances are people have to move around for good reason. And so that percentage of the population is still doing exponential growth. But the rest of the percentage of the population is not growing exponentially. So you get the idea that any one person with the Delta variant of COVID um, uh, is likely to infect, let's say, 4 or 5 other people. So if we've got like 20% of the population still moving around and they infect 4 or 5 other people, then they make up for the other 80% being in lockdown. So we end up with the 20 people infecting enough so that the next day there's 100 new cases. And then another 20 people, 100 new cases, and it keeps going like that. And so we're at this level because we still have exponential growth, but the exponential growth is not 100% of the population. So you're getting this weird wavering kind of thing. And apparently that was it. Like we've got cases popping up, and there are about 20% of the cases popping up are the ones that are not contact traceable in a sense. Like we can't figure out where they got it from. So we're like, that means it's moved through whatever communities they're in, and people don't know what the link is with other people, which means tomorrow we're gonna find out the link somewhere, or the day after we're gonna find out who the link is between them and someone else where they get sick. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. The downside to this is it means that we may be at this level for a while, because if everything's restricted as it is already, it's going to be like at least another 2 weeks before the like increased restrictions that are coming in have an effect on infection numbers and stuff like that. So it's a weird situation. Like it's okay, you know, in a sense, because like when I think about what happened in Melbourne last year, it kept going up. So they were getting exponential growth of the virus in the community. Whereas, like, at the moment, we're getting this weird, stable amount of virus in the community. But it's different people, but it's stable numbers, which means it's an exponential growth only in a certain part of the community, or only in a certain percentage of people who are infected. So, weird stuff. But, you know, this is why we do maths and statistics, so that we can look at these things and go, okay, this is what it means for an exponential spread pattern to be exhibiting constant numbers. It has to only be a part of it causing the spread. Something like that. Nicole said, I too need a break after 45 minutes. And you would have rather have taken the Melbourne approach. Yeah, I think a lot of people think that, like, just like, and you see the Victorian attitude towards it, because when Delta came from us to them, apologies, Victoria, they just went hardcore. They just went lock everything down, lock it down harder than Australia, than New South Wales is locking it down, and just do it. And they were like, we're just going to do it for 5 days. So if we can just make sure no one moves for 5 days, and this thing's only going to spread to people who are linked directly to this cluster, we'll be able to track it all. So I can see why they did that. It's really weird, because when you think about it, how long have we been in lockdown for now? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? When you've been in lockdown for 4 weeks, that's more than one cycle of the virus. That's more than one infection cycle of the virus. It should be technically possible. It's not really. It's really not possible, but it's technically possible that if we locked everyone down and no one came in contact with anyone for one cycle of the virus, it would be completely stopped. It would be paused at that point, and then nothing, it wouldn't spread. But, you know, that's like asking everyone to survive for 2 weeks with nothing. It's like, kind of, yes, we could do that. Yes, maybe that would wipe out the virus at some point, but then we would also have a significant percentage of the population starve to death in that time. So it'd be like, okay, you can't really do it. But, you know, I think that's the theory behind the lockdowns. It's like, if people aren't moving around, the virus can't move around either. But, you know, raw kind of survival necessities of the human race mean that we do have to move around. Navi Zen said, just bumping that request to play Witcher. Maybe I should get The Witcher at some point. Zero, I like that one. It's all a ploy by Big Toilet Paper to get sales. Michael's saying, I've been kind of disappointed with New South Wales' very lax approach to quarantine, but more disappointed by the fact that the media slammed Daniel Andrews for lockdown and not Gladys at all. Yeah, I think that's been a bit weird because um, I think that Victoria, it's like Victoria and New Zealand, two of the places in the world that managed to go from. Actually, New Zealand was never that bad. Never as bad as Victoria. But Victoria went from full-blown uncontrolled outbreak. So when they were getting to like 600-700 cases a day, the rest of us were like, oh, well, Victoria is basically the US and the UK now. It's just uncontrolled spread. And you're just going to have it going rampant through your population until we can vaccinate. But they got rid of it. And so that was astounding. They got those numbers up to like 600-700 and then back down to 0 within a month and a half or so, which is super, super impressive. I think takes a lot of discipline. And I feel bad for for everyone living there because they're going back into another lockdown now. they did so much work. Did so much work and got to such a good place. And then we got lax and it just sort of spread. So, yeah, well, we see how it goes. Nicole's, oh yeah, and Zara, so Standard News Corp, yeah. There's a lot of money behind controlling the way people think. I, for one, get paid to control the way people think. I joke, but it's true. It's not entirely true. I don't get paid to control the way you think, but I do very much get paid to convince people to think in certain ways. So, like, you know, when you do Comp 1511, and I assume, I don't know, but I assume most people here did Comp 1511 with me, or at least have bounced off me in a professional capacity. And you know that, like, there's so much effort goes into what I do and the way that course is set up. You'll notice that part of it is like, oh, we're learning how to program computers, we're learning this C language, and the other significant part of it is like, how do we think about how we're going to approach computing and programming and stuff like that in the future based on what we learned here? And I find that interesting because one of the big things that I try to do when I'm teaching is, especially first year computing, is I'm trying to reprogram humans in a sense. Like, everyone puts a lot of effort into reprogramming computers because that's what the course is, right? But my entire job description is no longer programming computers. Like, I haven't genuinely coded for, I don't know, 5 years at least. It would have been before that was the last time I did serious coding, made actual programs instead of just bits and pieces to teach people things. But I put all that time and effort into reprogramming humans instead. So it's kind of like I try to get people to go from not understanding what's going on, or not being confident about what's going on, or not caring about what they're doing. That's actually the key one. It's like switching people to caring about what they're doing, because I find that is the most important thing. Like, people can know jack shit. People can be completely useless and just be like, cannot code to save their lives, can roughly turn on their computer, but don't really know what's going on or anything. It's not that big a deal. If you want to learn, you know, if you want to learn, you care about what you're doing, and you care about the chance you have to learn things in the future, you're probably going to be fine. If you're decent at it and you can code and stuff, you don't give a shit, the don't give a shit's probably going to overrule whatever skill you have eventually. So I've noticed that, like, when I was studying and stuff, and noticed that when I'm working as well. When I hit a point where I'm just like, I don't really care what's happening here. Like, I'm just not engaged with this, then everything I'm doing just takes a nosedive. Whereas I can be really bad at something but interested in it. And it's not going to take that long to get good at it. And it's not just me. Like, I think everyone works like that. I don't know, everyone. Probably shouldn't be using absolutes. Only the Sith deal in absolutes. But, you know, that's the way I teach. The way I teach is like, I don't need to teach you content. If I teach you enough that you have an attitude where you want to do interesting things, you're going to find the content for yourselves. Obviously we'll give people content, and it will be like, you know, like the way I do everything is like scaling it up. It's like, only look at this if this is what you're interested in. If you can already do that, go to the next level. If you can do that, go to the next level, and just pushing and pushing and pushing. So it's like, I think one of the things I like to do when I'm teaching people is like, say, this is as hard as you want it to be. So if you want to push, you can make this really hard. If you But if you don't want to push, then this is the minimum level you need to be happy with what you're doing, and for me to be happy with what you're doing, that you've learned enough to go. Because it's a weird thing, you know. Everyone always like wants to get the maximum they can out of what they're doing. Not everyone, but a lot of good stuff is not necessarily going for the maximum that you can get out of stuff, but going for a good amount of sustainable level of things. I realize I'm just rehashing stuff that I talk about in that professionalism lecture that I give in the in Flex Week, usually in 1511. But you know, some of you have already seen this and already heard this message and understand it. Yeah. I don't know what triggered me off onto that tangent, but you know, there we go. Ah, Donna's here. Hello. And Zara saying, yeah, you don't think lockdown will be taken completely seriously until we get something like JobKeeper back. When one person's telling you shouldn't leave your house, and another person's telling you that you cannot pay rent on that house and you'll be kicked out unless you leave, what are you going to do? Right? It's a very, very difficult situation. And I think that's one of the problems. Is that if you want people to stay home, if you want them to not potentially spread a virus that they don't even know whether they have or not, then you need to make it okay for them to stay at home. So for some of us, it's just too easy. And I think for a lot of us, because it's too easy, we forget how hard it is for other people. Some people literally cannot make money unless they leave the house. And some people are working for companies that don't have that much money, not enough money to support people to stay at home. So a lot of us are lucky because we work desk jobs, you know, or we work, I guess lecture is a desk job. We don't spend much time at desks. It's a lectern job. But even then, I can do it like with my setup here, right? I got my microphone, got my camera. You see my streaming setup. It's good, you know. I can do all my work from home. It just sucks. I get cabin fever getting stuck at home. But, you know. But there's a whole bunch of other people in the world who are forcing to work through the pandemic. And those are the people who are being put at risk. And I think one of the worst things that we can do is blame them for getting COVID and spreading it, because they're the same people who we're forcing to leave their houses. So if we're going to force people to leave their house, and then if they get COVID and they spread it because they bring it back to their family or something, or they move it between one suburb and another, we can't say it's their fault, you know, unless, you know, they went to 8 barbecue school. That person didn't know they had COVID, and we were all moving around like that at that time anyway. but you know, like the idea of like, I think this is one of the things that annoys me is people blaming people for getting a virus. And it's like, what do you think, that they saw COVID and they went and licked it up off the ground or something? Like, it's not, no one chooses to have it, right? And so people blame someone for having it and then it passing on to someone else. And it's like, quite potentially the person they passed it on to was like a relative, someone close to them, someone who is like their friend or something like that. They're not passing this stuff on purpose. They're not hurting people on purpose or anything like that. They're just another victim. That's why I really, really hated that. The message around, particularly I think, came out of the US. Very anti-Chinese sentiment that came out of the US. It's like they're trying to call it the China virus and stuff like that. And it's like, well, you're just naming this thing after something because you want to like kind of pin it on someone else. You want to make it so that it's someone else's fault, so that you can be all xenophobic and say hate them because it's their virus. It's like, all you're saying is the names of the people who got hit by it first, you know. And I think that was the good thing that the World Health Organization did when there was like, what was it? There was the British strain, and there was another strain. It was like the Brazilian strain or something. I can't remember what it was. They were naming the mutated strains of the virus after the countries they'd come from, and I was like, don't do that. don't do that. Those countries are going to end up getting blamed for it. And so they changed, and they were like, no, we're going to just start naming these generic ascending terms. So they just started using the Greek alphabet, and so that's why we have a Delta variant, and it's not specifically going to get blamed for the country in which it developed or anything like that, because it's not, again, not their fault. It's probably they're just the victim of it. So it's like really interesting how you see that like this virus developing around the world, and then like the way we attach our biases to it, in a sense. I don't mean biases in who you like in your favorite K-pop group, but I mean like our own biases, like our own cultural biases, and our willingness to blame someone else for being a victim in something, which is always a real messy thing to do. That's never worked well, you know. There's so much of that just kind of hovering through our society, like victim blaming. Like you see like the response to the whole Me Too movement and stuff. The Me Too movement was like this amazing point where people were finally standing up for justice against people in power committing like sexual assault on people, and it was like, yes, let's bring them down. And then you look at the amount of backlash people got for attempting to seek justice for things that were done to them, and it's just like that should have been a right. Everyone should have the right to seek justice for things done to them, you know. But like that backlash, the thing is like, no, they're the victims, and you're saying it's their fault that these things happen to them. I found that really, really messy. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff like that, and you can see that kind of mentality happening in some people around COVID as well. So it's like, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but like this is one of those things where I'm just the world that we want to live in has got to be one where we treat things like that better, you know, where like in the current situation that we're in with COVID, that people realize that the more vaccines we can make, the more people we can get vaccinated, the less of these like Delta variants and other variants are going to come after Delta that are even stronger than it. The less of those that are gonna come out. And so instead of rich countries hoarding the vaccines so that everyone can get a booster shot, they're spreading it out more so that more of the world's population is covered. But who knows if that's going to happen or not. Or maybe the companies that made the vaccines will be paid for their vaccines but not given the intellectual property over the vaccine so they can continue profiting from it, and instead we can start mass producing it, as opposed to at the moment where like it's basically like the vaccines are locked behind a paywall at the moment. And so it's like you're playing a game. Going back to Genshin Impact, you can't get your nice character unless you put extra money into the game. It's like that same kind of thing. It's like, oh, you can't have your vaccine unless you pay this like mega conglomerate even more money than they already have to have developed it, you know. So I don't know. It's a bit messy. We're getting very political tonight. I started off on maths and statistics, but like, you know, maths and statistics always does end up leading to politics, because like that's all politics is like the statistics for a population and what it's going to do. And you go, okay, if the population is going to do this, then we need to support the population in what they do, or we need to try to convince the population to shift into another way of doing things. And I'm pretty sure that when it boils down to it is a lot of what politics is. What do we got? What are people talking about here? Survival of the fittest, or rather the fattest fridge. I think J-Man was talking about if we lock down, like really, really hard lockdown, like can't leave your own front door for 2 weeks, then that would be, yeah, survival of the fattest fridge, which may not be that great. Tawaka is bumping the request for Hollow Knight, that you want me to play Hollow Knight. I will at some point. I do have that list of games written down. We can actually kind of transition over to playing games in a moment as well. Yeah, and Zero was saying that that they were really hoping that post-COVID we would see something like a universal basic income. I think that would be, yeah, that would be kind of amazing. And I also think the deep irony of people arguing against a universal basic income, because it's like the idea that it's an economic burden on a country and stuff like that. Because the funniest thing is, like, if you give a lot of people universal basic income, especially when it's like, like JobKeeper is like barely survival, it's just over the poverty line. But we were not even giving that before then, and we're not at the moment. But JobKeeper, if you give that to the people that need to survive, the money immediately goes back into the local economy. So, like, it's nearly like, how do you prop up the economy of a nation? You give the poorest people in that nation money, and they will immediately spend it on things they need. And so there was an immediately creation of demand. I'm not an economist, by the way, so I'm sure I could be shut down, like, by an actual economist for saying things like that. But it seems to be something, like, fucking trickle down economics. Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher and their bullshit. They they're responsible for a great deal of the poverty and inequality in the countries that they were in charge of. So the UK was. That's why. Did you hear when Margaret Thatcher died? This is really rude, but also a little bit okay. That Ding Dong the Witch is Dead went back to #1 on the charts. And it was like she. I think she pushed a country into deep inequality, and a lot of the problems in British society are stemming from that era. Problems today. I mean, you know, nearly everything that's happening in the present day in any country is usually due to things that happened sort of 20 to 40 years ago in policy and stuff like that, because it takes that long for big policy changes to sort of reverberate through a society. But a lot of the stuff that Margaret Thatcher was like, the idea of like trickle down economics and stuff like that, like, oh, let's just make the rich richer, and those people will then hire other people, stuff, and the money will keep going around. And we can see the result of that today. So we see a lot of people who are very, very rich, and then everyone else is shafted. And it's like, yeah, well, that fucking worked well, didn't it? Good work. They used to call it Reaganomics. And it's just like, if that movement had never happened, the world would probably just straight out be a better place now. But shit happens. What was the quote? The quote from Gandalf. It's like, I think Frodo says, "I wish that we hadn't seen these times," and it was like, Gandalf was like, "Oh, so do all who live in these times. But the best we can do is make the best of the life we're in." I'm having to deal with that a bit myself as well, because this whole COVID thing's really getting me down. But that's a very privileged thing to think, because I'm fully vaccinated. I have my second shot already, so that already puts me in like the top, like, I don't know, 5% of the world in terms of safety at the moment. I have a job that's paying me while I'm staying at home, and so again, that probably pushes me even higher, top 2% in the world, that kind of thing. And I've got all this tech here, like, I'm still fully connected to the internet thing. So me complaining is like me going, oh, I just want to go traveling and stuff. Like, I think my complaints are very minimal compared to what's happening to other people around the place. But I never want to get into a situation where you start comparing people's hardship and saying, because one person has it harder than the other has no right to complain at all. That's a weird way to do things. Never want to quantify suffering. I have 8 more suffering points than you. It's like, wow, that's bad, man. Yeah, I can't remember where I started talking about that. Yeah, but like, yeah, I get the thing where I really want to go traveling and stuff like that, but I also understand that that's a real privilege thing to think, because I can still eat. There's plenty of people who, at this point now, in New South Wales, at this point now, going, I can't eat now. I'm locked down. I can't do my work. I can't eat. And we've seen that, like, especially international students, hardly allowed to work as it is. And now heaps of the work that they potentially would have been doing was also necessarily off the books to actually cover rent in Sydney. And so I feel for people like that. I can't remember where I was going with that point. Anyway, let's see what's happening in chat. J-Man, The feeling when Spanish flu had nothing to do with Spain. Yeah. And Nicole saying Spain was the only country that didn't have censorship, so it was the only country you could accurate information about the flu. That's why they called it the Spanish flu, because they're the only country. Is that what happened? They were the only country admitting to having it, and everyone else was pretending that it didn't exist, so they all ended up blaming it there. Yeah, and Zero saying similar to Ebola, and people using it to justify prejudice towards Africa. Yeah. Cosmo case that I am Justin Bieber. I have not heard many good things about Bieber in recent times. I've heard that he's not being a very good boy. I don't know the details of it, but I've heard that he is behaving very poorly for someone who probably should be a role model for a generation of people. But, you know, he's not me. I'm not in charge of him. I don't get to... I'm not gonna be able to dock marks off him for for behaving improperly. I can't dock marks off you for behaving improperly. All I can do is set up my assessments so that if you care about what you're doing, you get more marks. It's kind of like that, you know. And that's an educational theory thing. It's like punishing people into doing something is probably not going to have a really positive, lasting effect on them. But convincing them that the thing that you're teaching them is the thing that is going to get them where they want to be is usually the way that works really well. Tawaka said, as someone who has done microeconomics, that's kind of more or less correct. Okay, so what I was saying about the universal basic income and the opposition to trickle-down economics and stuff, there's at least some backing there. Thank you for that. Cosmo said, who is JFK's nephew? John F. Kennedy's nephew. I'm not sure who we're talking about there. And someone, Bruno Poroznik's Margaret Thatcher is Dead video is hilarious. I haven't seen it, but I know that her death was a cause for celebration in the UK. It was interesting. You don't often see a country coming together, like, I mean, celebrating someone's death. that's morbid. But you know, how much blood's on her hands when it comes down to it? How many people did she kill? Like, and that's the thing that's always weird, because economic policy can kill hundreds of thousands of people, right? But it's sort of like hidden behind this kind of like veneer of civility. It's like all we're doing is shifting money around. We're not killing anyone and stuff. It's like, yes, you fucking are. Take some responsibility for the power that you have. Anyway. I didn't know we were going to go down this tangent today, but as I said, when I was feeling a bit out of it, I was feeling a bit tired and stuff, and just not really into it. I get more bitter and I get angry. So the nice happy mark that organizes cool things and stuff for you to do is the one who has a lot of energy, and is putting effort into things. The less energy I have, the more I just get angry at things. So I'll try not to. I'll try to ease back off it a little. It's my fault. I started talking about COVID and statistics and stuff. This was inevitable that we were going to get to something like this. Yeah. So what do people say? Oh, Robert F. Kennedy. He's still a senator, right? Nicole saying the same thing. That Reaganomics, that supply side, has never been successful because big business just exploits reforms and it just makes them wealthier. Yeah. I mean, like, you look at like the wealth levels of, let's just take two particular people because they've been in the news recently, Richard Branson and Elon Musk. Just like, you motherfuckers. Oh, we're just going to take ourselves into space. We're not really interested in making the world better, but we've got some toys and we're going to play with them. We're going to have these massive companies with billions of dollars and stuff, and it's just going to funnel it into us. So what do you mean, why? Like, what are you doing with all of that, you know? And it's like this... I said I was going to stop getting angry. I'm going to stop getting angry. Anyway, you know where I was going to go with that. I was going to attack them in some way or another, using some kind of theory that involves actually caring about people. And I'm just going to leave it at that. You can fill it out yourself. So there you go. We're studying. We're learning about caring about people. And we're learning about how to take down people who don't care about people. I actually don't know how to take people down. It's like, I get really. That's probably why when I get tired, I get angry, because like I don't actually have the energy to really try to um um shift people from those perspectives. I think I'm someone that just kind of like finds people who actually already care about the world and helps them to care more about the world. That's actually why I'm in teaching. I don't know if I've said this before. I'm sure I must have said this before. Like, most of the reason why I'm in teaching is like, it's stuff like that. It's like I found out that like I don't like the way the world works. I didn't find that out. I just know I don't like the way the world works. And I thought that one of the best ways that we can try to end up in a world that's better is by convincing people that caring about humans is an important thing and should be an important thing in their lives. Um, so I think that that's why I ended up in teaching, because I realized it was a place where I could do that. And UNSW has put me in a position where I can try to convince thousands of people at a time, or thousands of people a year, that giving a shit about stuff in general is going to be better than not doing that. I don't know how well it's working. I think I'm preaching to the choir here. There's only 20 people here who are probably people who have been following me for ages. So you're all here because you already agree with that attitude. So it's probably like a big bunch of other people who I need to try to reach with that stuff. But UNSW gives me a lot of reach. It's a tiring job, but it gives me a lot of reach. Anyway. Tawaka says you get your second shot in 2 weeks. So I assume you got AstraZeneca after it opened back up. I think I got really lucky, because I don't know if I told you this. I signed up for a Pfizer shot. And the day after I signed up and booked in my dates, the day after that the Bondi outbreak started. And then after that, now everyone's got like a month or two wait for vaccines. So it's very weird. Sarah is saying a lot of the culture war is deliberately manufactured, because if we're busy getting angry at XYZ, although we aren't getting angry about inequality and climate change, etc. Yeah, totally. I think climate change is one of those things where it's just like, that was universally accepted. It was universally accepted as a thing, and it was a thing that we're going to have to work on. Like, when you looked at the early years of us realizing that human-made climate disasters were a real thing, the entire world stopped using CFCs. If you've heard of that, because that happened in like the 80s, and people were talking about the hole in the ozone layer. So very topical to Australia, the hole in the ozone layer. And they were like, there's more UV coming in. People are just like, literally, their skin's burning. They're all getting skin cancer and stuff in Australia. It's very, very dangerous. We need to stop using these things, because they float up into the ozone layer, bind themselves to the ozone, and then the ozone stops reflecting UV away. In the 80s and 90s, they phased them out of everything everywhere in the world. So they're no longer used. They were used as a coolant. They were used in production of styrofoams and stuff like that, which I think our styrofoams are made of other stuff nowadays. I don't know, but yeah, all that kind of stuff. And the world came together. So this is a really bad thing. Let's get rid of it. And then they did. But somehow along the way, it got turned into something that it became useful to kind of mobilize groups of people who were against the idea, for no other reason than if you could convince people to be against it, that would give them something to fight against. They would be on your side, and then you can use them for political leverage. So just the kind of the greed for power has left us in a situation where an existential risk to the human race is now being treated as something that doesn't exist. And it's just like, how did we fuck that up so bad? How did we end up in a point where something that is literally going to destroy the habitat that we require to exist is being treated like it's not going to be a problem? Well, worse than not going to be a problem, it's treated like a crackpot theory by people, and it's treated as like, you know, you're labeled as like outside that group, I guess, in a sense, if you actually believe in climate change. So it's super, super awkward. And then doubling down on that has led to like major movements in the world getting really anti-science. and then we get anti-vaccine people, and the strength of the anti-vaccine movement happening exactly the same time as a worldwide pandemic where vaccines are our only genuine protection against it at the moment is like, oh, we are now in a huge mess. Like the number of people, like what I'm hearing about what's happening in the US is really, really messy. Is the anti-vaxxers are now starting to like really, really pick up a lot of COVID and pass it around and stuff. And it's like, like if it was just you, if you're the only one getting sick, then it's like you chose not to get vaccinated. Your country is so rich, you've got vaccines for everyone, and you chose not to take it, and you got sick. And that's kind of like, I mean, still not good, but there's some karmic justice there. But then you pass it on to other people, and it's not cool at all. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm. Where am I going tonight? Tawak said you actually got Pfizer. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you were 40. No, I'm gonna say, but yeah, you probably signed up at a time when no one wanted it, and there were just all these free slots, and I was just like, yeah, okay. I had a friend of mine today who was like, how do I get Pfizer? And I was like, just turn 40. And I was like, you'll be waiting about that long to get it now anyway. It's like, that's a cruel joke. Yeah. Easy laying it down. We're all gonna die. And Ada says, did I know that CSC Sock Hackathon theme from yesterday was education? I did not know that, but I'm pretty happy with that. I think that'll be interesting. I wonder if I should go and see what's happening with the hackathon. Is it over? Or is it a hackathon that's going to go for a while? I don't know, because sometimes hackathons are like a 48-hour thing, which means it probably ended yesterday. I don't know. I remember ages ago someone was asking me if I wanted to be one of the judges in the hackathon. But I think it was like in the middle of 1511. I was like, nah, I have too many assignments to release right now. This is all. I won't be able to do it. Nicole said, what annoys you is how anti-vaxxers are comparing their persecution to the persecution of the Jews. That is some messy, messy stuff right there. Like, that kind of thing where you're like, you refusing to, like, basically help other people be safe means that you're the victim. And it's like, no, you're the one perpetrating the violence on other people. Like, it's not exactly like that, but it nearly is. Like, not taking a I mean, I'm stretching it a bit there, but like the idea that not taking a vaccine is like committing to hurt people. Because if the vaccine's freely available, as it is, especially in the US, like specifically not taking it, it's yeah, it's a moral gray area. Like you might want to say, yeah, it's your choice and stuff like that, but it's a moral gray area because it's something that you're potentially doing or not doing, which is potentially harming other people. But I don't know. You can't really go up against Americans and their freedom. I always hate that notion of like freedom, because it's like this kind of thing. It's like freedom being your freedom to take someone else's freedom away. It's like most of American freedom involves like levels of slavery in the factories in China that create all the things for the American market, you know. And it's like, yeah, you talk about freedom, but you only care about your own. You don't care about other people's freedom. And that shits me. Anyway, I said I was gonna stop talking about. I need to do something else to get me off this kind of like complaining about the world. I'm just ranting about everything that's wrong in the world, about the world tonight. Oh, okay. So Ada said the hackathon just finished. Well, that'd be cool. It'd be cool to see what people came up with in that time. Zero said, with climate change, anti-vaxxers, etc., when I explain it, try to prove it from first principles. Yeah, like we know that carbon dioxide strongly emits in the IR range. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Easy says we should send them to defeat the Ender Dragon. I heard the CSE Sock fight with the Ender Dragon was quite funny. Oh, we talked about this last week, didn't we? Was this? Yeah, it was like the weekend before. Ah, Zero, good quote. My freedom to swing my arm ends where the other fellow's nose begins. Oliver Wendell Holmes. Sounds like a, I actually don't know who that is, but it sounds like a politician from an earlier era. Okay. Okay, let's do something else. I wasn't actually going to do like a full-on long stream or anything tonight. And as usual, I've talked for like a whole hour and a half here. Um, should I play some games? I'm just trying to think about what games I've got at the moment that's actually installed. I've been playing a little bit of Deep Rock Galactic. There's Halo as well. I actually got Jackbox for us to possibly play as a group, but maybe if I'm going to do that, I should organize it in advance. Oh, the Satisfactory. I haven't been back in that for a while. Oh, Izzy says Minecraft. It's actually quite funny. It's like the only time I play Minecraft is when I'm on stream. It's really funny. We can play Minecraft. This is the best time for me to play Minecraft. Is it the launcher or the... I can't remember. Maybe it's the launcher. Minecraft or Genshin. I'm going to end up playing Genshin after I finish my stream anyway. Give me a sec, actually. I've just got to go to the bathroom. I'll take a break for a second, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Don't shoot. 5-minute lecture break. Do you remember those? It's actually been a while since I lectured. I've been just doing Mark on Mondays all the time. Param said there's something about Minecraft and Mondays which you really like. Dongshu said Mark mostly mining in Minecraft on Mondays. Minecraft with Mark on Mondays. Yep. Okay. Let's go. I love how Minecraft says let's go. They know their audience. Alright. Wow. Fastu13 says, Mark, you inspired me to stay in comp sci. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out and saying that. That's really nice to hear. What happened? Was it something where you were thinking of leaving or you were not enjoying it and then you thought like after was it 1511 or something that you decided you were interested in continuing? Just going to make sure my audio is coming through. Wait. Where did Minecraft go? I swear I had that. Did it just not start running? Or it is running? No. That's super weird. Game is already running. Are we stuck in a loading? I'm just gonna wait for a second because this might be loading somewhere. Let me just go task manager and find out what's going on. Oh yeah, it was loading. Fine. Oh, Faster said me teaching 1511, deciding whether you wanted to switch. Well, welcome to computing. Thank you for coming along. It's kind of fun when I do get people every now and then letting me know that like it was 1511 that convinced you that computing was something that you might want to do. And so I think that's really cool. On the one hand, I think it's really cool. On the other hand, I hope I wasn't lying to you. I hope that when it comes down to it, in the end, long term, that it works out okay for you. Because I obviously can't tell that. I will never know for sure. At some point in my life, I will probably figure out that a great deal of the things that I've done have been wrong. That's pretty normal. I think that we're all gonna be in that situation, and I wish for all of us to be gracious about that when it inevitably happens. To reach a point where we go, okay, some of the things we did were good, some of the things we did were bad. That is the nature of the world. We'll do better than we did before. You know, it's like as vague as that. You know, and I think if a lot of people had that attitude, maybe the world would be a little bit better. Anyway, you decided to switch 1511, and then 2521 came along. Wait, is 2521 the continuation of 1511? I mean, they're all, in a way, the continuation of 151. 2521, I think, is the course that you go from linked lists into trees and advanced structures, right? That's actually my funnest. Like, I find that continuation the most fun for me, personally, because I do a lot of, like, I like a lot of the theoretical stuff like that. Chewy says 1511 is always the course that gets people hooked, then 1521 always makes you want to reconsider doing comp sci. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Oh, there was a hilarious meme on the different engineers at UNSW, and it was like the different engineering disciplines you can do. And I remember seeing the meme, and it was like, you know, mechanical engineering, blah blah blah, electrical engineering, and then computer engineering was like baited in by Comp 1511, and I was like, uh-oh, sorry. But I mean, like, 1511 is the subject, like, that people will do without necessarily having committed to the degree yet. And so it will be the point where people will decide to cross over or not. Tawaka said, are you able to go on the CSCSOC server at any point? I can. I think I've probably got that saved. Let's, wait, Minecraft Realms? Is this the... No, that's not what I'm looking for. Multiplayer. CSC... Is it still running? Are people going to be like, oh my god, Mark's here? I don't know how many people are even here at the moment. But I'm on the server right now. Did someone grow a bamboo forest? 6 online players, so there's not that many people online. Oh, is that your flag? I love how much bigger it is than the other flags as well. Did you go higher than the others, or am I just closer to it? Izzy said computer science is OP. And Dongshu said 2521 is algorithms. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. That's the continuation that my brain goes into. Wait, chicken clocks? There's like an actual chicken underneath me somewhere, isn't it? Maybe. Unlikely to be indoors. Wait, is it E? No. Alright. Maybe I can't open other people's doors anyway. Yeah, algorithm data structures. And Zero said 2521 was a continuation that you really enjoyed as well. Clarissa said, late to the stream, hope everyone's having a good night. Hi, Clarissa. You missed me getting angry at the world. Wait, am I just going to be out in the open now and get eaten by something? I don't know if I can just randomly go into other people's houses. I can. There you go. I'll at least be safe. Oh, I can hold tab to see who's online. I don't know. I might know some of those people. Wait, what's talk? Is it T? I just came to say that bye-bye stream. I had some students once who would just be like, "Oh, hi, Mark," every time they saw me. It was pretty funny. Um, where are we? Hold tab, yeah. You accidentally went high. Don't say it's an accident. You went higher on purpose. Do it. Interesting overlap in chemistry and comp sci. It's a lot of programming and later comp. A lot of programming and later chemistry. I think, yeah, heaps of industries use computers for everything. Oh, Andrew Bennett's in chat. Hello. How's it going? Have you been here the whole stream? Or are you just dropping in? Tawaka said, that is your house? Do not go into the yeet room. Well, now I don't. Now I kind of do and don't want to go in. So this is actually your house. The yeet room. Is this... Oh, oh. I don't know if I should I not go into the yeet room? Or is it going to be funny if I go into the yeet room? Clarissa said, it's okay, I did not get Kaza halved on 90 rolls, and you lost your 50-50 to Diluc. Oh, that's so sad. You should just, I don't know, spend $200 on Genshin and get Kaza. That game is bad like that. That game is bad. Like, I understand. Like, I was weird about the way that Genshin did its monetization. I don't know if I should or shouldn't go into the Yeet room. I'm really tempted to go into the Yeet room because you said don't go into the Yeet room. Anyway, but yeah, Genshin's really weird because like I've seen all these other games with monetization, and the way it ramps up is the more money you put in, the more stuff you get. So buying like $100 bundle is worth more than buying say two $50 bundles or five $20 bundles. So the more you spend, the better stuff you get. But Genshin's the other way around, where it's like the cheapest things that you could just buy are the best value. But I figured, like, I was talking to people in the UNSW Genshin Society about this, and they were saying, yeah, the way this might work is that first hit's free. They get you to open your wallet, and once you've opened your wallet, you're committed to maybe continuing to purchase more stuff. And then the more stuff you buy, the less it's actually worth to you, but you might do it anyway. Ooh, door creaks. Is someone here? Hello! How do you wave in Minecraft? Oops. Did I just punch them? I don't know who that is. Oh, you just joined this because you saw I joined the Minecraft server. It's a one-way. Oh, the Yeet Room's a one-way entrance. Of course, Evil Izzy is to. Oh, and Cat is Andrew. Hello. How are you? It's been ages. Um, everyone's like, go, go, go into the Yeet Room. And Clarissa said you're gonna have to wait for the rerun of Kazuha. I feel sorry for you. I got him by accident. Actually, I nearly wasn't going to wish for him, but like I got him by accident after getting Jean, losing the 50-50 and getting Jean. But Kazuha is my new favorite character. He's so good. Um, Tawaka's like, you're really having a party in my house. Why aren't you here? Fire Emblem Heroes, is that... Oh, you're saying Pika173 is saying I really dislike gacha games after 400 hours in Fire Emblem Heroes. I think it's the kind of thing where you get stuck in things like that. Izzy said just left click on it. I think you're talking about getting me to go into the Yeet room. Oh, right. Crouching is saying hello. Like it is in many games where there's no specific hello, or there's no emotes. I wonder if Minecraft would ever have emotes, or it does it already. Oh, Twaka can't get in at the moment because your laptop doesn't boot up on this. Okay, so this is your house. Whoa. I didn't realize the flag is literally coming out of your house. I mean, it does. Now that I think about it, obviously makes sense. Like, why would you build it away from your house? Um, oh, Andrew's saying that you can do with Discord integration, do Discord specific emojis. But I was thinking about emoting, like having your character do like a dance or a wave and stuff like that, like they do in like Destiny and games like that. You've got an axolotl pond. Oh, and there's a voice chat mod in Minecraft. Um, I will sort that out eventually. Let's go look for the axolotl pond. I don't know if I should jump off the balcony. Feels like maybe I should use the stairs. Oh, Andrew is killing things. This doesn't look like... No, that's probably not the axolotl pond. Is this the axolotl pond? Hello? Hello, Kirby? Oh, there's the axolotl. How do I pat it? I don't want to press a button that kills it. Can you pat it? Oh, it chirped. Didn't know axolotls can make noise. Oh, and Bassum's letting me know that with the voice chat mod, lots of public servers, you'll find people have it installed. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, Minecraft is a very kind of collaborative world like that. Oh, you can't pat it. Alright. Maybe I can go swimming with it at least. Hello. Hello, M friend. M friend. Hello. Oh. Oh, it just totally blanked me. It was like, nah. I'm not friend. M friend. M friend. Alright. I've had my moment with the axolotl. Wait, there's another one? Maybe it's hiding somewhere. It's in another part of the pool. It looks like you've got a place in here for them to go through. Oh no, I'm not seeing it. Param said someone asked me to TP. Mark, I'm at the Axolotl Ranch, TPA. Oh, they meant different ranch. Sorry. How do you TP to someone in Minecraft? I can always TP to overweight doves and say hello. Goodbye, Kirby. Nice to meet you. There's a golden one. Oh no. We've just found out that Twaka has lost one of their one of your axolotls. Would it have died or something? Or like this is in your territory, right? So no one else can like take your axolotl or anything weird like that. Either that or it got out. Do they climb? I don't know. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be case sensitive, isn't it? No? Oh, you can't tab complete names? Hmm. Oh, I do not have access to that command. I guess the server is set up for people to have to run. You don't know where people are. Is there a map? There isn't. Ah, that's alright. Oh, you're saying they can jump out of the water, but usually go right back in. Unless they stayed out for no reason. Use snake case? TPA, okay. Oh, look at that. Did that actually do anything? It looks like it's just told me something instead. Alright. TP accept. I don't have access to that command. I wonder what's going on here. I don't know that much about Minecraft, so I'm just relying on everyone else telling me what to do. We should look around and see if your axolotl is just like walked off somewhere. I don't know how well they can climb. Axolotls and glow squids. What, down here? Was that a lever? I heard a chirp. Maybe that's just Kirby. Alright, people saying don't add the at. That's fine, I think. Ooh. Moving to the option, to select the option, hit the tab key. Discord High School. Wait, there's a high school channel in the Discord? Okay. So TP accept tab and then enter. Hey, it worked. Oh, Enrico Fermi. What a paradox. Oh, that's just your role. Oh, wait. There it goes. Wow, look at them all. There's so many of them. Oh, they jump out of the water and stuff. Okay, Tawaka, it'll be fine. You'll be able to get another one. It looks like people are farming them here. And they'll probably let you have one. This is so cool. I love axolotls. I was going to get one as a pet. At the moment, I don't think it's a good idea because having small, interesting animals alongside a cat is just asking your cat to kill it, basically. Was that Heisenberg? Are they all named after, like, mathematicians and theoretical computer people? Is that the deal? Oh, I can't actually swim down, can I? Oh, I can a little bit. That's alright. Let's go around the top. Let's check out all their names. I am not fast enough to find out their names. It's Carl Sagan. Okay, okay. I get it. Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. Oh, I should not have drowned myself, maybe. Okay, doing well. Doing well. Okay, what do? I drop in, right? Oh, there's Chicken. Chicken's tied up. I can't believe you tied her up. I can TP back. Overweight Doves asked me if I want my stuff back. I guess so. Oh, wait. I wonder if the TP... Oh, no, I don't have a pending request. How do I TP to my corpse? Everyone's laughing at me. Shift to swim down. Oh, Tawaka said you've lost 2 axolotls now. We'll get him next time. Okay, I can TP accept. Okay, tab. Yes, good. I don't really need my stuff because I have... Oh my god, here it is. Let me just... I'll pick it up anyway. I might as well. Because I haven't been playing that much on this server. Actually, I haven't really been playing at all. Is my bag's full? Right, okay. Let's go somewhere where I'm not going to drown first. Then sort out my inventory woes. Because I can't remember why I have what I have here. I think this was all just like one night on the server running around. Like it wasn't a specific specific game progression that I was doing or anything like that. Anyway, now that the axolotls have finished eating my corpse, I have now fed all the axolotls for you. Everyone should be happy with that. I wanted to see what all their names were, but it looks incredibly dangerous to do that. Are the axolotls named by CSE Sock? Or are they come with names like Carl Sagan and what's his name, Heisenberg? Oh, you named them. Oh, these are yours. These are Overweight Dove's axolotls. I can't believe you built an entire ranch of axolotls. Does this mean you had to go out and collect them, or are they actually breeding and then you're getting more of them like that? Wait, I just made an advancement? Was that someone just throwing stuff at me? Ah, swimming hat. Respiration. Right, so does this mean I can breathe underwater now? Oh wow, you collected them. That is, that's a lot of work. Alright, now I have bubbles next to my hunger bar. Alright, what are their names? Oh yeah, that's Werner Heisenberg again. Who's that? Is there an easier way to see their names other than chasing them around? Or I'm gonna have to chase them around. You! Come back here and tell me who you are. That one didn't. The names don't always show up so easily. Oh, I should go back to the surface. Get some air. It's... Heisenberg is following me around. I've seen them like 3 times now. And there's a bunch of others that I haven't met yet. There's a couple that are like sitting down there. Maybe I should like see what their name is. Oh no, going for a swim. You! Brown one, what is your name? I thought the cursor was on them and I saw their name before. That's alright. That's alright. Oh, are you throwing food down there for them? Oh wait, were you giving me something? Let me just... I need to get rid of some stuff that's in my inventory. Oh, you gave me Alan Turing. Wow, I now have an axolotl called Alan Turing. Since I don't really spend that much time in this world... Wait, am I jumping incorrectly or can I just not get over that? Since I don't spend that much time in this world, Tawaka, I should give you Alan Turing. I'll put Alan Turing in your pond if I can figure out how to get back there. You can get name tags to name them, and some of them are unnamed. Oh, maybe I was looking at unnamed ones. Thank you very much, Overweight Doves. I now have an Alan Turing axolotl. I'm going to put it in your pond, Tawaka, to make up for the gold one that is not there. What's that thing? Oh, it's a cow. How do I teleport if I want to... Oh, one of them's sitting on the edge up there. I'm going to go say hi. Spawn. Okay. Oh, that'll take me back to the beginning. Hello, friend. Oh. I guess they're a little bit wary of us. Using axolotls as fuel in furnaces? I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, Anusha's here. Hello. How's it going? Alright. Spawn, was it? Teleporting back to spawn. Alright. However will I find your house? Go towards the giant flag. QR code. Oh, is that like the Discord server? If you point your whatchamacallit, point your camera at that QR code? Is this just like stuff people have been putting out for people? Hello. Am I going the right way? I'm totally not going the right way, am I? I can't remember how I got there last time. Oh no, I think I got there last time because that's where my character was. Alright, let's, oh wait. Oh, it's a burning zombie. Can you not set me on fire? Alright, good. Good. Daylight came and burnt the zombie. Alright, I want to do this without trampling on people's crops. Oh, I'm going to trample on them a little bit. Hello. What's exploding over there? Ivy Bluebell is adopting an axolotl. Okay. Maybe, you know, someone's saying cannibalism is an option? Maybe Kirby ate the other axolotl. Maybe Kirby got hungry. I don't know if that works. Oh, Alvin's here as well. You're procrastinating. Oh, Comp 3900. Yeah, right. What are you doing in Comp 3900? Is it a project of some kind? Oh, the QR code is linked to PC Socks Discord. I don't think I'm on PC Socks Discord. Maybe I should get on that at some point. I've noticed that when the UNSW Discord hub popped up, it just opened up access to a whole bunch of Discords. Stream delay sucks, so it looks like I just have a late reaction to everything. Yeah, totally. What was Resident Wither? Does that mean did I kill something that was important? That zombie that was in the middle of stuff? Was that bad? I don't know. So Anisha saying Comp 3900, you're making a project for a new CSE tool, hopefully releasing next term. That's pretty cool. Resident Wither is the one making the explosions. Right. Okay, so if I have a bucket of axolotl, what do I do with my bucket of axolotl if I want to put the axolotl into this pond? How do you tip out a bucket? Do I like right click or something? No, I'm hitting things with the bucket now. Oh wait. I don't have your permission. Tawaka, I apologize. I don't have your permission to actually give you the axolotl. Oh. Someone's trying to get me. Someone's trying to get me permissions to give you this axolotl. Sorry if I can't give you the axolotl. I mean, I might be able to leave this in your house at least. Wait, is it right click to drop things? I don't even know. Is that going to drop it? There you go. Oh no, I picked it up again. Oh, I'm so bad at Minecraft. Pseudo. No, don't worry. I'm gonna. Oh, maybe I can. Is this? No, that's like a crafting bench, isn't it? Do you have a chest somewhere? Will I recognize the chest if I find it? I think you had some upstairs. Don't leave him on the ground. Okay. No, I don't have permission on any of your chests to put anything in them. I'm just gonna hang on to Alan Turing. Imagine if I actually had Alan Turing. It'd be like, hello, one of the most important people in computing. I remember going to a talk about Alan Turing years ago. I think I was a PhD student. And they were wondering what Alan Turing might think about us and what we have done with computing since he died, and whether he'll be like encouraged by our progress or not, or the way the world's going. Be really interesting. Q to drop, but it will despawn. Okay, so we're not going to drop it. Izzy is Ivy. Right, and you have Ernest Rutherford. Is it bad that I don't know who Ernest Rutherford is? It's probably bad. I love it when you're like, Mark's the lecturer. He's supposed to know all this kind of stuff. I'm just like, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to hang on to Alan Turing in that case. And at some point in the future, Tawaka, we will be in the same place. And I'll give you Alan Turing. What is that? That looks like a monstrosity. Is that someone's gigantic building of stuff? That looks like a hamster run. Like I'm half expecting in those glass cubes to have a whole bunch of like pets running around inside them. Hello again. Can I go in the yeet room? Actually, yes, I can go in the yeet room. What, do you want me to leave leave Alan Turing in the yeet room? Rutherford was the founder of nuclear physics. Oh, no wonder I don't know who they are. Ernest is a physicist, right? I'm not a physicist. I obviously have an appreciation that physics is important, but I don't know. It's a gold XP farm, the big obsidian thing. Oh, okay. Oh, Ernest Rutherford discovered that electrons aren't inside the nucleus. That's quite impressive. Okay, I'm going into the yeet room. There's a long way down. What's in this part of the yeet room? Is this just where you mine stuff? Ooh, there's a whole cavern in here. Exciting. I mean, there's a murderous zombie in here, but still exciting. Should I fight the zombie? Oh, well, no choice in that. I successfully engaged in combat. That's a rare thing for me in Minecraft. I have yet to really learn how Minecraft combat works. Other than, like, there's that cooldown bar that comes back up. That's about all I know. Para said in before we see / trapped demo. Yeah. I think I already have the understanding that there's no way out of here. But at the same time, it's kind of interesting to just explore. So I assume this is everywhere that you've dug. Hey. Wait. Can I? Oh, no. That's someone else as well. We're under someone else's stuff. Ooh, what's this? Actually, no, I'm not going to be allowed to. Oh, we're under Xenocide stuff now. We're under Xenocide's Jack, right? Alright, let's go back. There was another part of the yeet room that kept going. Oh, there is actually a map. I can hear things that might want to eat me. Was I just here? No. These caves do all look the same. Oh, oh, oh. Still fell. I feel like now that I have fallen into the yeet room... Oh, I can just click that link. It's that easy. Oh, that popped up on my other screen. Right. Oh, this is real time. Oh, Riot Line's actually here. Hello, Riot Line. I was underneath your plot. So, Project's best subcom. So, I assume that all of these yellow squares are plots of land that individuals have claimed. Right, and Tawaka's saying your plot and Riot Lines are literally right next to each other. Right, that's theirs. This one's yours. One of these. Oh, right. Yours is quite small, but then it has a giant flag. It looks like you're you're nearly completely surrounded by Riot Line. Wow, Riot Line's really getting into this. You've got so much land. Oh no, you've got more, Tawaka. That was just a little bit. This is your main thing. Right. And I'm into the Yeet room. I've gotten all the way over underneath there. Oh, someone's saying Mark, eat so you heal. Where am I going? Oh, right. Okay. Let's see if I've even got any food on me. Rotten flesh? That's probably not a good start. Raw pork chop? Mmm. Baked potato. There you go. That's the only food I've got, though. It's not gonna be enough. Can I just eat raw eggs? I haven't done any cooking. Oh, there's a thing about how to clean land. I don't think I need land. Carrots. Do I have carrots? Oh. Oh, thank you. Lock Ninja is following me around. You're probably keeping me alive. Can you eat if you're not hungry? It appears not. Trying to press the right click and... Oh, wait, there we go. Alright. I'm healthy again. Let's keep going down into the depths. Actually, this doesn't go much further. Is this what it looks like when people have mined out an area, or is this like a natural cave? Oh, it's okay. I don't think I need meat at the moment. Also, I feel like if you give me meat, I'm going to die when I eat it, so, you know. Ooh, what is this? Is it a portal to another world? It is. Where am I going? To another portal? What's that? This is all very exciting. I've never really seen this much of Minecraft. Whoa. People are saying terrified that Alan Turing will end up lost in before Mark dies in the Nether with the axolotl. I see everyone else thought that. So, I assume that I am now in some kind of really, really serious area here, right? Because this looks like much more epic than anything that I've seen in Minecraft. And the suggestion is that however much no one cares about whether I risk my own life and limb, I should not risk the spirit of Alan Turing, which is in an axolotl. So if I type /spawn, I'm going to get out of here, people are saying. Okay. Let's leave the Nether. Because something called the Nether is probably somewhere I don't want to be. Right. Oh, Param has something for me, so type TP accept. Okay. I don't know if that's actually going. So who was I gonna teleport to? It was Param, right? Wait, you have an underscore. Oh, I keep pressing enter to autocomplete, but it doesn't actually autocomplete. Tab. There you go. There you go. I'm starting to learn how to do things. Oh, wait, you're up here. You appear to have arrows in you. Ooh, stuff. Hang on. I need to clear some inventory space. What don't I need? I don't think I need rotten flesh or wheat. Ooh, redstone dust. Poppies, diorite. Is this bad that I'm just throwing things here? Or are they just going to despawn and it'll be fine? Ooh, picking up the stuff I dropped by accident. Oh, you were giving me the resources to survive in this dangerous world. I see. Wait, where's the rest of them? Did I... Oh, wait, someone else would have picked them up by accident, I assume. Yeah. Wait, should we go somewhere else where it's not as crowded and everyone's trying to do stuff here? Let's just jump off. Oh, wait, there it is. Oh, okay. Thank you. I have blue pants. I'm going to throw those away. Alright, I've got my swimming hat. I'm just going to leave that in there just in case. I have a very serious looking sword. Well, who's very dangerous now? I'm very serious business. What was that? Someone said want to try out the Kildo. It may or may not be fatal. Who are we teleporting to? Overweight doves. Alright, there we go. Oh! Did people hear that? It sounds like someone's coming. My partner's trying to make sure Chicken gets on the stream, but Chicken's like, I don't want to. Give me a second, I'll go get it. Chicky! Come on. Where are you going? Come say hi to everyone. Just gonna go back to this screen for a second because we have a cat. She's so happy to be here. She's like, I got pulled off the bed and unceremoniously dumped in Mark's room. Aw. You doing, Chicky? What are you doing? Just aim that down there. Move this microphone out of the way. There we go. There we go. Everyone's so happy to see Chicken. Oh, little one. Alright. Just move this back up there. Head back into Minecraft. What is the... Oh. People are climbing up there and then falling off and hurting themselves. This sounds like a fun game. Let's do this. Yes. Where are we going, chicken? Alright. She said hello. Then she went away. She's following my partner around the house at the moment. Is someone pushing me off the edge? What to do when the streamer is busy doing something else? Oh, that looked like it could have hurt. I like that I was looking straight down when it... What even is this? Is this like a tree or something? Or like a... Oh, there's a dog. Oh. Can you pat the dogs? No, E is not patting. I don't want to press any other buttons because I have a diamond sword and I feel like that could hurt the dog. Did that chicken just lay that egg? Wow, who built the whole castle? Aww. Someone loves Jed. Who's Jed? The mystery. Here's a cute sign for Jed. Aww. Oh, you can pat with left click, is he saying? All I need to do is left click. And this kind of patting, like patting with a sword. That's like when I tried to wave to someone and I punched them in the face. This is a lot of effort. But I assume this is like what some people do with Minecraft, right? Is they like build these awesome, elaborate structures and stuff. Ooh, this is a secret entrance. The postern gate. You know, every castle has like a second gate around the back. It's usually for escaping, but sometimes people try to sneak in. I don't know if there's actually a gate here or not. Alright, trying to... Oh, I snuck in! I snuck into your castle! Even though there's like just the front door here. But you know, I still snuck in. Whose castle is this? I don't know whose it is, just exploring. That's pretty cool. Which part of the world are we in now? We're like really far away from where we started, aren't we? Hang on. Zoom this back out and find out where I am. Oh, over here. It's called This is Jed's Castle. Fair enough. And that's where we're hanging out at the moment. Do I die off the edge of this? I assume I would. Wait, was someone trying to give me something? Hang on. Just throw away random stuff. Totem of Undying. Is that a real thing? Press F with the golden baby in hand for Alan Turing's protection mark. Okay. Wait. What was that? That was... Hold the golden baby. Press F. Alright. Now I'm holding it in my hand. Oh, you're saying this is going to mean that I can't die now. Wait, so there's an actual item you can make in Minecraft that means you can never die. That feels like something that must be very hard to make. Let's look out at the view. That's the kind of cool thing about Minecraft is like the further you get away, the more the cube voxely kind of thing starts to really make sense. Is that a giant middle finger? Did someone build a hand with a middle finger. We're just looking at it side on here. I don't know if that's something someone built or it's just some kind of structure. Oh no, that's water flowing down, isn't it? I don't know. I can't really tell from this distance. Right, Param's saying if I hold in my offhand, I get revived after dying and it gets consumed. Right, okay. So that will be a way in which I can protect against... Oops. Something like that. Let's equip those. Wait. Whoa, do you have a glider? I didn't know we were playing Genshin. I should probably not be... That's pretty cool. Jetpack glider thing. Is that the capes? I saw people with those capes. Paramita is asking me if I want to try Elytra. What's Elytra? I wonder if I need to, like, have inventory space. Oh, I don't need that anymore. Oh, the glider. Yeah, that'll be fun. Thank you. Right. Do I equip this? I assume... Is it an equip or a hold? Looks to be an equip. Yes, what's that? Firework. Ooh. How do I set off the firework? Spam space and right click with fireworks to get more flight time. Ah. So, in my chest plate, how do I use it? Right. Let's go to spawn and fly from the top of the spawn. I get it. Do I, like, press jump while I'm in flight to fly? Is that the deal? Whee! Oh, I can go to the flags. Okay, I'm gonna try to land on the flag. Nope. Nope. I know. I tried. I tried. Can you fly back up? To a certain extent, and then you stall. Okay. Ooh. Let's go to this person's fire worship cave. Fire worship altar. Right click with the firework to get speed. Okay. Ah, alright, alright. I can get onto the flag now. I've just got to do it perfectly. Nope. Too fast. Oh, I nearly got there. Uh-oh. Does the firework have a cooldown? Wait, let me check. No, health bar's fine. Alright, I just need to eat. Because when you fall and break your bones, a baked potato is going to help you. Remember that. Useful health advice. Alright, that's enough. I was trying to land on that cloud, but then I realized it's a cloud. I have no more fireworks. That's okay. I can do a circuit of everyone's stuff. Oh, hello. Has someone trapped a zombie in here? Is this the one that people are talking about? The one that just hangs out. Oops. Nope, 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 thank you. No, thank you. Actually, not sure how I'm gonna get out of here now. Alright. I can always fly back down from the spawn. So that zombie is the one that's been making all that noise every time I go past. Ooh, what's that? Oh, I'm not very good at landing on things. I guess trying to land on the top of the flag was a little bit of wishful thinking anyway. Someone's got a castle over here. I'm trying to, like, stall my glider. It sort of works. It sort of works. It's a little bit like... Wait, I remember this. Was I was in this castle, right? It's the one made up of... the table made up of trapdoors. Hang on. Is this the castle they built for me? This isn't, is it? Like, I know that there was something like that with the trapdoors at the top. And a moat of lava? Oh no, this is just Sea of Seesuck's castle. Because I think I've been here, but maybe this was someone's castle and they just said, come here and check it out. Oops. Oh, fireworks. Thank you. What is it, chicken? I don't know if you heard that. You gonna come say hello again? Yes? Let me see if just gonna turn this. Yes. This is how chicken says hello. I should enlarge that one. Hang on. Oh, meow. What are you doing, little one? What are you doing? Yes? Hello? Still see it. She's still on camera. Oh, she's still on camera. Where you going, Cheeky? Where you going? I just love it when she just sort of sits in an awkward way because she's in the middle of having like cleaned herself. So it's like she'll sit there and then she'll turn to one side to clean herself and then just sort of end up sitting in this weird twisted position. Something's still happening in Minecraft. I might let Minecraft go for the moment. Thank you all though. Thank you for the diamond gear. Oh wait, I need to give you your jetpack back. Who was it? It was Param gave me the glider. I'm not sure if you're still here, Param. Wait, where'd Chicken go? Ah, she walked off. I'll put that back in the corner in case she comes back. Twaka's heading off. See you later. Alright. I might head off also. Param, I hope you don't need... do you need this? Should I go? Oh, it's an extra one. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Oh, remember to put Turing somewhere. I can't necessarily put Turing somewhere, right? Let me check if... Oops. Are these accessible? Wait. Pressing the wrong button. No, Spanish pear. That's Shrey, I think. Ah, Andrew's teleporting to me. TP accept. Throw Turing at any other user. Okay. I think that's what Andrew's doing. Coming here to accept Turing to pass on to Twaka later. I assume that's what we're doing. Wait, was I teleporting to you or you teleporting to me? I think he was teleporting to me. You'll see what happens. Oh. Try that again. Ah, there we go. And I think it is... There we go. You should have it now. Yep, there you go. You are now the guardian of Alan Turing. The spirit of Alan Turing. There's actually like a clone of Alan Turing. They used Alan Turing's DNA, only something went wrong, and he's an axolotl now, so he can't actually communicate any of his computing capability to us. He can only swim around and eat things. Alright, see you later. Someone just was like, oh my god, it's Mark G. Oh no. Alright. See you later, Twaka. Wait. Oh, I just missed that. They said something about me. Oh well. Thank you. I think they said I was the GOAT, which is very nice of them. Alrighty. I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you all for coming along. It was fun. I think it was a good thing to do. I was actually really like, kind of like, you can kind of tell I'm not in a great mood right now because I spent half of the stream just complaining. But it actually made me feel a lot better to just, I don't know, hang around with people and talk to people. I think that's the kind of thing, like, I'm one of those people that needs to express, needs to talk a lot to be okay with things, and so it helps that there are people around. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you next week. We'll see how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling better, I'll actually try to organize something for next week. Something that we can do. Maybe we'll play Jackbox as a group if people want to join in on the Discord and stuff like that. So we'll see how we go. Alrighty, see you all later. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, I hope lockdown is treating you all okay. Bye.